everybody, what is happening? This is K Doubles, and this is some pretty sweet headquarters gameplay. This is actually the first game. I sat down this afternoon and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna record something. I haven't really recorded anything but zombies lately, and the theater's been down, so I haven't recorded with that. And so I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna record. And this was the only game I played today, and I thought I did okay. I'm not gonna lie, it was a sweet finish, be excited. But what I was gonna talk to y'all about is, this is gonna be a childhood stories, but this is gonna be something a little bit different. So, I was going through my phone yesterday, and I've had the same phone, I've had an iPhone, basically, for the last 4 or 5 years. Like, I got, I think, the 3G, and I had it for about 3.5 years. And then now I have the iPhone 4. But that's totally irrelevant. But, well, I guess not really. I don't know. But what I was going to get at is the fact that I have all my pictures, pretty much, from the last 5 years, 6 years on my phone. And I was going through them today, and I was like, oh my gosh, I could totally just tell the funny stories of all the random things I have in my phone. And so, well, I kind of wanted to show that to you. And also, I wanted to mention, I am not a big fan of hunter-killers all of a sudden. I threw 5 this game, or 6 this game, and I got a total of 2 kills. Like, what? I don't know. But there's just a lot of random pictures that I have in my phone that are just living funny, and I want to tell y'all some of the stories from them. So, one day, one of my friends and I had the fantastic idea of, actually, here, I have to preface this story a little bit, is I was helping my best friend do demo work in his backyard. We were demolishing his back patio. And this is probably when we're about 10 or 12 or something. This is a long time ago. And so we're totally ripping up his whole back patio just to the ground. It is totally destroying the whole thing. And so in the middle of it, we got kind of bored. It's three 12-year-olds with sledgehammers, like 12-pound sledgehammers. Just think of the horrible things that are going through our heads. We're like, oh my gosh, we could have so much fun with this. So we put a board over another board, so it'd be like just barely sticking over, and we'd hit an end and it would fly up into the air. This was a horrible idea. Like, obviously it's a bad idea. I don't know if I'm explaining this very well, but I'm sorry. So picture board laying on another board, setting up some sort of fulcrum type lever seesaw type thing, and we all sat there taking turns hitting the board with the sledgehammer, and it would fly into the air. And obviously, just think, like, how can this go wrong? And we didn't think that. So after doing it about 10 times, one of my bigger friends, who's just jacked, I guess, I don't know, he hits it and just snaps the board in half, and we're like, oh my gosh, that was so cool. We're gonna have to start hitting way harder. So one of my other friends, who's kind of smaller guy, he just nails it. And when he did, the board just whips up and slaps him in the side of the face. And he like falls down, and he's like, okay, we are never doing this again. Ever. And it was probably one of the funnier things I've ever seen happen while trying to actually be productive. But it was really funny. So some of the other pictures I have is, it's me holding a potato gun. And if you don't know what a potato gun, I'm not going to lie, you are totally missing out. Or a potato cannon, really. It's like, we got like 3-inch PVC pipe, and then made a little compression chamber, and then we'd spray hairspray into it and light it on fire. And it would shoot the potato cannon out, or potato out. So, of course, this is just children being children, I'll say. We obviously did not take the proper safety precautions the first time we did it. So we used a lantern lighter to light the fire, and it's like, if you don't know what a lantern lighter is, you like spin it and it sparks. Well, it wasn't very well sealed, so I spun it and it sparked, and all the gas shot through the little hole where the lantern lighter was and just burnt the crap out of my hand. Like, so bad that it melted both of my fingernails, like my index finger and my middle finger, and then it melted, and then the lantern lighter, like the metal piece, melted through my thumbnail. Like, it was so painful. It was like the worst experience of my entire life, probably. No, that's not even remotely close, but it was pretty miserable. And gameplay, I keep on getting, this guy was trolling me. I don't know how he managed to do it so many times, but yeah, he just kept on hacking my care package, so props to him. But I have a couple of other really funny pictures. I actually have one thing I want y'all to know, is I have a video from prepubescent Sam where it's really crappy but really funny. All I'm gonna say is me at about 10 or 11 playing, I don't know, playing pretend with one of my friends, and it is so funny. But I have like the highest pitch, girliest voice. It's fantastic. But if y'all want to see that, I want to see in the comments. I want to see like 30 comments. Okay, that's a really high number, but I really do want to see y'all give me some love on that one, because I think it will be really funny. And I will put it up as a video if y'all will like it and stuff. But what else do I have here? I'm looking through my phone right now of all the random things that I could talk about per se. So I have oh god, I forgot to mention the second half of the potato cannon one. So we later redesigned our potato cannon and built a second one. This one was legit. It used a sparker off of, oh god, a grill, and you'd like click it and it would ignite it inside, so your hands were nowhere near the ignition. It was just 2 screws screwed in through a piece of plastic, and we were actually semi-safe with this one. So that thing was sick. Just picture awesome badassery. I took it out to like some land outside of the outside of town and trolled again, but we took it outside of town a little bit, and we were just kind of shooting it out into a field. So we're like, okay, this is really cool and all, but what if we were to shoot a trampoline? Because at the house we were at, there was an old trampoline that had a big hole in it, and we were like, let's just aim it away from the hole, put the trampoline on its side, and try and shoot it. Like, how awesome would that be? So the first time we shoot, and it just goes straight through the trampoline, like just goes straight through it, and we're like, oh, okay, it's not a big deal, you know, it's not a big deal. It already had a big hole in it. No one used it. It's all good. So we shot a second time, and this time we had angled the trampoline, and so it just like hit, bounced straight up, and just launched into the air. And it went so living far. It was so awesome. So we're like, hey, why don't we just aim it straight up? And so this potato cannon was legit. It would probably shoot about, I don't know, maybe 200 yards. Like, it would launch those suckers. And so we were like, okay, well, let's just shoot it straight up. So we shoot, like, man, that was awesome. And we just kind of like sit there looking up, and we're in the bed of my friend's truck, just like looking up, and we're kind of sitting there, and we're like, I wonder how straight we shot that. And we're like having a conversation while it's up in the air. Like, it was up there. We're like, I don't know. Do you think there's not a chance it'll come back and hit us? And we're like, no, there's no way. Man, that's getting, okay, I think I can see it. That thing's getting kind of close. And so we like, we dive out of the truck, and it lands right on top of the cab and just goes and splatters all over the top of the truck and just leaves like potato everywhere. So apparently we did shoot it like pretty much straight up, which is totally legit, but yeah, you know, no big deal. So that was interesting. But I have another. This is like a whole medley of stories. I just kind of enjoy telling y'all random stupid things I have done. And yeah, so I have another one here. It is a picture of probably about a 2-foot rattlesnake on a stick. And I bet you're thinking, why the heck do you have a picture of a 2-foot rattlesnake on a stick? Well, if you're not, well, you should be. I was at one of my friend's houses, and he lives a little bit outside of town, so a little bit in the country. And we were thinking, what if we, sorry, I don't know. We'd found a stake, like a wooden stake. It's probably about a foot long. Just picture small wooden stake, like something you drive into a vampire's heart. I think you use wooden stakes. We're just gonna assume you do. And so we're sitting there just looking at the little snake, like, what can we do? Or we're just have this little stake, not snake. Can't talk today. I am sorry. But we were walking back towards his house and just kind of messing around, and I walked by and I see something on the ground, and he walked within like about 6 inches of it, and I had no idea what it was because all I could see was like the head, but it was looking down, so it looked like a frog. Like, it really did look like a frog. And so I'm kind of sitting there, I'm like, man, what is that? And he goes, what? And I'm like, look on the ground, it's right there. And he's like, I have no idea. And he goes, Sam, you know what that is? I was like, what? And he goes, that's a rattlesnake. I'm like, no, there's no way. It was a rattlesnake. And so I have like this foot-long stake in my hand. I'm like, I'm going to senselessly murder this thing. And so I grab it and I just start beating it and like hitting it. And the second time I hit it, I guess it like snagged a little bit, and I accidentally, like, whenever I brought the stake back up, it flung it into the air and it went straight towards my friend. And it was almost like latched onto him, which would have been so terrible. But so it's like up in the air and we're freaking out, and while it's still in the air, I swing a second time, smack it down out of the air, and this, I think, I'm just like assume it's dead at this point, and I grab the stake and just stab it in the back of the head, and I have like this victory scream, like, yeah, I just murdered that thing. Like, I destroyed that snake. It was something else, but I had a lot of fun doing this video, honestly. And sorry, I'm not going to stop yet. I have another minute or two of footage. I hope y'all like this game because I had a lot of fun playing it. But whenever I first got my phone, I thought it would be really cool to do like a spy camera kind of thing. So I had my phone just chilling, taped to the front of an RC car, and like, so you know how like an RCXD works? Speaking of which, this is perfect. So it's like my camera taped to the back of an RC car, driving around, just doing its thing. And I have like 10 videos in my car of like my phone driving about 6 inches off the ground at like 30 miles an hour, just like back and forth, just everywhere. And I just thought it was kind of funny. But if y'all want to see that video of me as a little kid, I am so tempted to put it up. You have no idea. Like, I think y'all might enjoy it because it's kind of cute. I might have to do like a little bit of editing on it, do a little color correction because it's kind of blurry. It was off like the first iPhone or something. And yeah, so if y'all want to see that, I want to see some likes, some comments. Like, hit me up, guys. I could totally go for putting it up. And yeah, so if y'all like this video, leave a like, and I will catch you cats later. This was something new. Enjoy.